Mysterious Lody Adventures. When Lody was 8 years old, and she decided that she was going to go down in the woods and find out what's down there. Actually, it was just so hot anyways in Alabama. It was so hot and sweaty. One of those sweaty days that no matter how much ice cream you eat or how much ice water you have, it's just so hot and sweaty. So she ventures down into the woods because she noticed that there was a lot of shade on the edges of the heat in the road. At the edges of the road, there were trees. So she figured she'd go down deeper into the woods where there was more air. And what did she do down there? She went all over the woods trying to figure out what's there. Does anybody else live there? And she found a little house. And it was very, very small, like a dollhouse. She never had a dollhouse, but she's seen them on the commercials and the TV shows. She figured that's what it was. But when she went over to it to touch it, there was something strange about that dollhouse, because when she touched it, it would look like a real house, and it was not made out of plastic. It was not made out of plastic with fake baby paint on it. It was like a real house, a real one, just very small. And it was very, very creepy. So Lottie ran out the woods and she went up through the path, very shocked and bewildered. And there was the school right there. She runs up into the yard where the school is. There's kids outside because they're having a cookout. They're having a cookout at Washington Public School. They're having a cookout. She should have just stayed at the cookout. But no, she had to venture out into the forest to get some cool air. And got creeped out. So she tells her friends she wasn't going to tell them anything, but they asked, "Where you been, Lottie? What you been doing? Where were you?" This thing stopped again, and there it was. She said, "Oh, I was just over there. I was just in the woods because it's cooler. It's cool. It's cooler. It's cooler. I don't want to talk. Leave me alone." And she runs off, and they say, "Lottie, where you going?" About 4 kids follow her. She says, "Leave me alone, I don't want to go." They said, "Show us where you were. Did you hide some of the cupcakes from the cookout over here? You took extra cupcakes." I said, "Yeah, I had 4 cupcakes. I ate them." They say to Lottie, "You had 4 cupcakes? No, you got some more. You had them in the forest. We gonna come. You're gonna show us where you were." Lottie admits, "I saw something. You don't want to go there." Lottie says, "You don't want to see it. I'm not going back in the woods. You can't make me. Not over here. I wait and play in the woods where I live. There's no creepy stuff like that where I live in the woods." They say to Lottie, "What's creepy in the woods? I want to see." There's 3 boys and 1 other girl. Then another girl hears and she wants to come. And Lottie says, "Don't make me show you. There's a little house. It's a real house. It's not a playhouse. It's not a Barbie doll house." They run into the woods. They are anxious. They want to see it. They're demanding her to show them. Some of them can see her footprints from where she scattered back from. And they run that way. And they run that way. And they observe. And then they become very quiet. And they're in front of her. And she's like, "Let's go back. Let's go back. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it." And they touch it. and they touched the little house. One boy had to be so brave. He had to show everybody how brave he was and how chicken everyone else was. And he touches the house, and he touches that little house, and that house all of a sudden became full size, bigger than all of them. And they ran, and they ran back to that cookout table out of the woods. Way back to the cookout table. Never seemed so far away. Boy, did it seem like it was so far away. My God, they ran so hard and fell, got up, and ran some more. Because the door opened and nobody wanted to look back, but we heard that door open. We heard some lady's voice saying, "What are you doing touching my house?" And the teachers saw the children screaming when they got to the edge of the woods. They didn't start screaming until they got to the edge, where they could see the table screaming for help. And the teachers wanted to know why. Why and where have you been and what's going on? And those kids could not even tell the teachers because they were too stunted. And their voices wouldn't move for them to make words come out of their mouth. Because they were in shock and they were 100% traumatized to the hilt. And two of the teachers wanted to be brave and go see what was going on in the woods. And came back looking weird and saying, "This nothing. This nothing. This nothing." The male teacher came back. He kept saying, "There's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing." And he was looking real strange. He was looking so strange. He was not looking like a normal face at all. And the other teacher never came out the woods. And if they did, the children didn't see it happen. And neither did those teachers that were standing there outside, away from the woods for 2 more hours waiting for the other one to come out of the woods. So if they did come out the woods, they sure didn't come out the woods at that time. The cookout was shut down. It was definitely stopped. All those other kids way on the other side didn't notice what was going on. They were having such a good time. They were far away from it. The whole school was outside having a good time. That's a lot of children, like 300. And basically, that school started from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. In that one big school, that was a lot of children outside for them to say, "Go run in there, hide." Why? For what? Because whatever was there in that forest was always there every day when those children went to school for years, and nobody was going to stop doing what they were doing. They just decided that we would not enter the forest again, because whatever it wasn't coming out the forest bothering none of us. And that's what they said. It's not bothering us, so don't go in the woods because it's not bothering us, so we won't bother it. It's exactly what the teachers decided after a meeting that they had, all huddled up together, while they waited for the other teacher that never came out the woods.